The Dance of Life, Chapter 7892, or a long diatribe of Hakara Tatov to you and yours. So, you're hearing this long-winded overthink because you had the audacity to contribute to a double international plane ticket for me to go be with my family after the passing of my darling dad. May his soul elevate to the loftiest heights. Why audacity, you ask? Well, because I felt shame, humiliation, and guilt for accepting. How dare you? Less sarcastically, more truthfully, I love being alerted to TOs or Teshuvah opportunities. In this particular live dance, feeling shame, humiliation, and guilt is one of those off-kilter feeling opportunities that are the litmus tests that have actually uncovered previously hidden TOs. Feelings are real. They're not reality. Neither do they define me. They guide me. I love shame, humiliation, and guilt like I would winning the lottery. Ch-ching! Pun not intended. To be clear, your magnanimous assistance was not winning the lottery. My yucky feelings were. Naturally for me, I started overthinking the whys. I debated, or rather soliloquized to my mom, because she's the only one here who will even listen to me drone on and on with OCD tendency. Sidebar, I just realized that I do this to you too, and I apologize in hindsight for speaking out my overthink to you. Oops. Anyway, back to my story of elevation and my first memories or consciousness of the part of me that blocked help and wanted to do it myself. These memories seamlessly thread all the way back to 3 years old, because I'm still learning who I am and why I do the things I do. So I asked the aching, thumping, constricting parts of my body who were communicating with me, why? Seriously, why? What are you telling me? Why this physical response directly related to such a loving experience? Then I sat back, both patiently and anxiously, and was led backwards through memories, Pavlovian-like physical and emotional, unconscious reactions to both being helped and not being helped, when the same, to be dealt with in another diatribe, unmodulated media rationalized or rational lied to myself that I deserved help. Awareness is a large percentage of the battle of self-transformation, or the journey of self-transformation. And thanks to my exaggerated negative reaction to you having the audacity of scaffolding and supporting me so magnanimously, I was forced to dig deep for the answers why. Complicated dances have complicated steps, but fortunately, the next step in this choreography is easy. Learn. Deepen my understanding of Torah. One teeny tiny step at a time. Among various texts and yes, YouTubes, I inhaled on the subject of money and tzedakah. I learned many ideas, but here's one I want to focus on. The ultimate purpose of creation and its fulfillment is that man should not eat, in inverted commas, bread of shame, but that he derive pleasure from the fruits of his labor in his battle with the Yetzer Hara until he illuminates the world and transforms darkness into light through his own divine service. Rav Shaul Yudkovich explains further. Bread of shame is the main source of problems and troubles in a person's life. The first condition for human existence and for the creation is to eliminate the bread of shame. Becoming a creator in the image of God. This means that whatever we get, we have to pay for by giving back, creating, returning light, and the work in Torah and mitzvot, lishma, which means for the sake of unconditional love for the Creator. Huge, capital letter, head slap. Boy. Cut off my nose to spite my face with my misinterpretation of bread of shame, as well as not being aware of my bloated ego's impression that I deserve XYZ parnasa, so I don't have to eat bread of shame. I've got a lot more elevating to do with these teshuvah opportunities. The footage that you're watching, I filmed on May 25th as I flew out of DFW Airport with the intention of putting a voiceover expressing my hakarat hatov to you for being such a huge part of making this trip happen. Today, exactly 6 weeks later to the day, I'm finally ready to amalgamate some of the information that I've learned and use my power of Malchut to, God willing, express as well as feel gratitude while multitasking on the age-old concept of V'yadata hayom v'hashavata el levavecha. So, hear me talk to the Creator of the universe. Ein od milvado. What is shame? What is blessing, darkness, light? Perspective. Is mine the truth? How do I ever know if my perspective is the truth? What is the second day of creation? Light and darkness. How do I align my perspective with yours? Abba Bashamayim, help me notice the truth. How can I shed spiritual light and lightness on my inner darkness? Is the darkness really darkness? I objectively know I'm on the right track towards you. This is teshuvah, digging down deep. Bring me higher, Abba Bashamayim. I beg you with all of my heart. Silence my ego. Make it dust. I also ask you in a different tone, kindly, silence my ego. It's too loud. I, Naomi Gilla, choose to resonate with gratitude rather. I am feeling it. I am so grateful for my support system, my friends who are my family, my partners in mitzvot. We all help each other. I know, Abba Bashamayim, that I am a vessel to receive so much light. But there is darkness, and there is my perception. Ein od milvado. Thank you, Abba, for bringing me to this day. We're flipping my perspective, you and I. Together, we're a team. Hamakom. 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 I've heard that word a lot lately. Comfort is perspective. Baruch Dayan Ha'emet. Light, darkness, lower world, higher world, elevation, yichud, oneness, ein od milvado. Thank you everyone for listening to my Hitbodedut, my personal dialogue with the creator of the universe. I'd like to end this with a repetition. Repetition is good. Repetition is good. Repetition is good. Bread of shame is the main source of problems and troubles in a person's life. The first condition for human existence and for the creation is to eliminate the bread of shame. Become a creator. Give back. Create returning light. Lishma. There is a project that I started about 15 months ago called Kol Hanerim. Because I am a vessel for darkness and for light, I am using my perspective to create a space for women that are not currently in contact with their children. Today, I've decided to rename this project Hamakom. Hamakom, that's so much better than Kol Hanerim for so many reasons. And if you're curious, ask me about it on a different day. But the reason I'm telling you all about this right now is because I am sharing this schar. I am including you in returning light, Lishma. Yehi Ratzon, may it be your will, my God and the God of my forefathers, that everybody listening to this expression of gratitude be my partners in returning the light. May the group Hamakom provide much comfort and Torah tools to other vessels that have experienced a similar darkness to my own. May we all receive much blessing and truthful perspective. May we all receive Ruach HaKodesh with the unconditional goal of being your partner, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and bringing in the light. Ein od milvado.